JBN will keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, woman allegedly stabs common-law husband to death in St. Elizabeth. Watchman found dead at Sutton Street Courthouse. Woman accused of defrauding men of $6.4 million. Woman held with stolen baby could be charged with human trafficking, says police. Criminals invade school, steal bus. Attorney representing parents of stolen baby to meet hospital management. Fire destroys businesses and a house in Montego Bay. And I'm no hero, Brave Cop says. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Woman allegedly stabs common-law husband to death in St. Elizabeth. A woman has been arrested for fatally stabbing a man who is said to be her common-law husband in St. Elizabeth. The deceased has been identified as Omario Ebanks. Reports are that on Wednesday of this week, the couple had an argument during which a knife was used to stab Ebanks. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The woman was later taken into police custody. Her identity has been withheld pending further investigations by the police. Watchman found dead at Sutton Street Courthouse. Sittings of the Corporate Area Parish Court Civil Division at Sutton Street in downtown Kingston were put off yesterday because of the sudden death of a worker. In a statement, the Court Management Services says the watchman was found dead on the premises yesterday morning. The agency says at this time the area is not being treated as a crime scene. It says it has engaged grief counselors to assist staff who are shaken by the death of their colleague. The Court Management Services says all matters scheduled for Friday, February 8th will be adjourned and new dates issued to all parties. Woman accused of defrauding men of $6.4 million. A businesswoman accused of defrauding two men of $6.4 million in two separate land transactions claimed the properties that she was selling in Portland were allocated to her and she's waiting on the government to finalize the transfer of the lands to her. The accused, SHERYL, a businesswoman of Kingston, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of fraudulent conversion following allegations that she collected $4 million from one of the complainants in September of last year and $2.4 million from the other as a deposit for another piece of land in March of last year, but has failed to honor the transactions. When Moore appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court last Thursday, her lawyer Clive Mullings told acting parish judge Chester Crooks that his client had a piece of land in Portland that the government bought, but has failed to pay over the money to her. The lawyer also told the court that the properties in question were assigned to Moore under the Portland Trust and that the monies paid over by the complainants were monies advanced with the full appreciation that when the property transfer was finalized, the lands would be sold to them. Woman held with stolen baby could be charged with human trafficking, says police. The woman who was held with a stolen baby in St. Catherine on Tuesday could be charged with human trafficking among other charges, the police have informed. The accused, who the police have not yet named, is to face an identification parade. She was detained at the Registrar General's Department, RGD, in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine on Tuesday when she attempted to have the infant registered. While the parents of the baby boy are happy for his return, head of the Kingston Western Police Division, Superintendent Howard Chambers, yesterday said in his Denhamton office in Kingston that the nature of the case has opened a can of worms. Our investigation reveals that there was some lapse, and that is why we're saying that we're doing follow-up investigations to see if there's a possible child stealing ring, Chambers said. The baby, who was snatched from the hospital on January 9, was returned to his parents, Suzette White and Sinclair Hutton, yesterday. Criminals invade school, steal bus. Knife-wielding criminals invaded Uotan High School in St. Catherine yesterday and stole a coaster bus belonging to the institution, as well as properties owned by the school security guard who was tied up during the incident. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, according to Senior Superintendent in charge of the St. Catherine North Police, Beau Rigabie, the incident transpired about 3 o'clock yesterday morning, February 8. According to the police, the invaders brandished knives, tied up the security guard and stole a cell phone and cash from him. They then removed the bus from the school compound. Investigations are ongoing, the JCF said. Principal of the school, Jacqueline Simpson Huntley, when contacted, said that she has received information that the bus was stolen, but she was in the process of gathering more information. The school's Past Students Association appealed for help in finding the bus. We were just made aware that our school bus was stolen from the school grounds early this morning. The security guard was tied up during the incident. The coaster bus bears the Yuaton High School name on both sides and on the back, along with the school crest. If seen, please contact Police 119 or the nearest police station immediately, the association said. Attorney representing parents of stolen baby to meet hospital management. The lawyer representing the family of a baby who was stolen from the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston last month is to begin discussions with the management of the facility in relation to redress for the events which led to the abduction. The police yesterday confirmed that the baby, who was found in the care of a woman at the Registrar General's Department in St. Catherine earlier this week, is the missing child. The baby was reunited with his parents today. Attorney Peter Champagne last night said the next step to begin is to officially contact the hospital because they have a duty of care in relation to providing a safe place in terms of their patients, and clearly some went awry there. Champagne said he'll also be paying close attention to the criminal proceedings against the woman who had the baby. My instructions are to watch proceedings in the criminal court in relation to the person that has been arrested in connection with the child who was abducted, and to ensure that there is a smooth process and that justice is served, he said. The baby was taken from the hospital by a woman on the morning of January 9. The management of the Victoria Jubilee Hospital has revealed that all the security personnel who were assigned to the facility during last month's abduction of the newborn have been removed. CEO of the hospital, Colleen Wright, says new security protocols were implemented and are working smoothly. The hospital and its security system came under the spotlight after the baby was kidnapped from a ward without a trace. Immediately after the incident, the hospital CEO announced that changes would be made to security arrangements. Fire destroys businesses and a house in Montego Bay. A number of persons were left homeless and others unemployed after a massive blaze destroyed a dwelling house and an auto parts shop and a meat mart along busy Hart Street in Montego Bay, St. James, late on Wednesday night. There were no reports of any injuries sustained from the fire. Reports are that about 11:30 p.m., the fire started at the dwelling house and rapidly spread through the two neighboring commercial buildings. Firefighters who responded to a call for assistance carried out cooling down operations and managed to prevent the fire from spreading to other nearby premises. When they managed to get the fire under control, it had already gutted the John Auto Parts storeroom, destroying millions of dollars in car parts and car accessories, along with Harvey's meat shop and a tenement dwelling which was occupied by a family of 6. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined. I am no hero, Brave Cop says. The night of Thursday, January 31, will forever be etched in the mind of Detective Constable Craig Davis, who risked his life trying to save the lives of the twins who perished in a fire in Grand Spence, St. Andrew. Twins Nahelia and Nahelia Pinnock unfortunately perished in the blaze. But when the community was visited, many persons still sang praises at the swift action by the lawman. But Davis said that people should not hail him as a hero because he was only doing his job, which is to serve and protect the community. I must say, for a situation like that, training is never enough. It was my adrenaline, my training and my drive to do what I could do to not stop until it was over. I wasn't thinking about myself at all, in terms of whether or not the fire was going to kill me. I was just thinking that 2 babies are inside there. Somebody has to do something to reach inside there, but it was not to be, he said. He said that from his training and local knowledge, he knew that dirt, water, or foam put out fire, and as such I decided water was available. Let us try and go inside this house and save these children. When the water ran out, I asked for dirt. The fire was so hot, but I had to do what I had to do. I have no regrets in that regard, he said. David said what he experienced that day is not something you'd wish on anyone. He said that for a family to lose 2 babies in such a tragic manner is a heavy burden to bear. That is never an experience I want to experience again, because for the loss of 2 innocent babies, no matter how strong you are, your heart cannot withstand that. This was a learning experience, and it was an experience where if I ever need to do it again, as hard as it is, I would, he said. Davis remembers the twins as persons who were always smiling and having fun and were very polite. He said as much as the spotlight has been put on him, it needs to be deflected to the community members. He said that with their help, the fire was able to be contained to a certain degree while they waited on the firefighters. He said that he's proud of the community members because even though they had their differences, they came together for a cause that was greater than their conflict. I must congratulate the community members for the amount of work they had put in. When the alarm was made about the fire, the crowd started together, and the young men especially, they all chipped in, and they gave me the buckets with the water, and a sudden give me a summer trade pan the house. We kept doing that to minimize the damage as best as possible until the fire services got there, because if it wasn't for their efforts, the fire would have gotten much bigger and destroyed many more houses, he said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.